everyone. Peace and blessings. Coming to you all live today, real quick. How is everyone? Let me know where you're watching from. Put your city and state in the chat, or whatever country you're watching from. Put that in the chat. Greetings. Yeah, we got to talk about this Sister Loretta Lynch. What's up, Sister RM? Thank you for being here. Um, Yeah, I just wanted to come and talk to y'all real quick today. I don't plan on being on very long. Hit the like button. Y'all know how we do. Hit the thumbs up button and share. Um, have a family conversation. In fact, I might invite somebody up, depending. Might invite a few people up, um, or I might not, because I might not actually stay on that long. But um, I wanted to talk today about Loretta Lynch, who is the former Attorney General under Barack Obama. She was the first Black woman Attorney General under Obama, and it's being reported that Sister is unfortunately defending the NFL against the brother, what's his name, Brian Flores, his lawsuit. So she is defending the NFL against um, their, racism. Everybody knows that the NFL definitely has institutional racism. So I just wanted to share. I'll pull up just in case people haven't already heard about it. I wanted to yeah, it's gorgeous where I'm at. Yes, it's 60 plus today. Yep, definitely 60 plus today. So yeah, if y'all watch it on Facebook or Twitter, make sure y'all head over to YouTube and subscribe to the Real Talk with ZSJ channel. Tap in and let me know where y'all watching from. What city and state you all are watching from. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna share this article. Let me just share it just a second. Yeah, it's in the New York Post, so I'll share that just in case people had not seen this. Wanted to show you I'm not making it up. This is just one source. It's been many sources, but people have probably already heard, and it probably has been already talked about by other YouTube channels. Brian Flores, who is Black, Honduran brother, but he's Black, filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against the NFL. He has some pretty hard evidence. So I guess, the NFL had to pull out all the stops for optics and whatever else, but they are weaponizing Black women, unfortunately. Against Black men. And this is not just, unfortunately, in the NFL, we're seeing it in other areas as well. I want to show you all just a second. I'm going to see if I can pull up my Twitter. Let me stop sharing this real quick. How many people have heard about this? Let me know in the chat. Had you heard about Loretta Lynch being picked? And I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Just a second. I'm gonna pull up this tweet. Did I share it on here, or where did I share it? It was 3 Black women judges who had like the highest incarceration rate in Texas. Hold on just a second. I want to pull that up. Oh Lord, if I can find it, have mercy. Let me see. I might have to pull it up on my. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna share my screen here. How's everybody doing today? Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay. Yeah, let me share this because this is outrageous. There seems to be a theme there seems to be a theme happening here, and we can't ignore it. We got to talk about it. We can't ignore it. So I'm gonna pull up. There we go. So Alec Karakstanis, however you say that name, tweeted about this a little while ago. Something very alarming is happening, he says. I've been tracking this around the country, and I have never seen a judge in modern U.S. history responsible for more people in jail. Judge Ramona Franklin just hit 500 people in jail at the same time solely because they can't pay cash. Harris County, Texas, pretrial detention report. And just look at who the judges are that are at the top. Now I know this is uncomfortable, and this is current. So you can see this was, look at the date, January 2nd through January 8th. Look at here. Okay. We got to have a conversation, family. There is and don't get me wrong, I'm not letting structural racism off the hook. I think that structural racism unfortunately um, is definitely um, being used, definitely using other Black people against Black people. Unfortunately, it seems that recently Black women specifically have been weaponized against Black men and against our community. And so that's something that is very concerning. So, not just Loretta Lynch, but these three sisters here, Harris County. I want to say that's Houston. Anybody know where Harris County? It got to be a metropolitan area down there. Harris County. That's Houston, right? Um, I don't know much about Texas geography, but that's concerning. You know, this man has been tracking the evidence of, um, why we're having so many Black people being locked up. Okay, it is Houston. Okay, thank you. I thought so. I appreciate that. Um, Somebody said, let me put this up. Somebody said, do you think regarding the judges, it may be a situation where Black women are trying to overdo things due to fear of being looked down upon and thus harm others in the process? I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that. I mean, I think there is some overseer mentality, if you will, some overseer type mentality that's happening. Like Samuel Jackson played that role to the T. Samuel Jackson in the Django. I mean, I think that's what we have going on with these sisters. And Loretta Lynch, what do y'all think about her? I mean, she's fine. She's wealthy. Like, why does she need to allow herself to be used in this way? She knows that the NFL is weaponizing her. She has to know that. She's not a dummy. They're literally weaponizing her against a racial discrimination lawsuit filed by this Black man. So yeah, I had to come on and talk about this today because this is something that I have been increasingly becoming more and more concerned about. I did a podcast that just dropped today. It's on SoundCloud under Catriceology. I'll see if I can find the link and post it in the chat. But that was the topic, and ironically, it dropped today. The topic was, Black women using the master's tools, against Black men, and you're seeing a lot of this, unfortunately, more and more. And I'm afraid that it's going to increase as things progress. Folks who are coming in, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and share. Make sure we get the likes up. But yeah, I am. Let me find that link because I want to share that with you all. I'm gonna find. Hold on, just a second. Oh man, this is yeah, this is very very damning, evidence. where these black women are allowing themselves to be um, weaponized against black men. Unfortunately, let me see if I can find just a second. Um, find the link to share in the so you all can share that. It's on SoundCloud. You might be able to find it just by looking it up. Just a second. Um, yeah, is that Black Girl Magic? Like, where's the limits? Like, do we? Let's talk about how we celebrate. I guess people, black people in general, black men too, who make it, right? Who somewhat make it, if you will, in this system. Um, I think we need to rethink. Here it is. I will share this with y'all. Every day, more and more open. Mm-hmm. Just a second. I'm trying to get the link. I didn't want to start. There we go. Here we go. Every day, more and more open. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now let me put this in the chat. Here y'all go. That's the SoundCloud link to the SoundCloud that literally just dropped today, and I'm talking about how black women are weaponized against black men. It's an old but tried and true divide and conquer tactic, divide and conquer strategy. Um, and if we know that, then why is it that we have, it seems like so many of us who are willing participants um, as far as acting as a weapon against our own people, willing participants? Um, how do y'all feel about that? What is the sentiment from you all with these judges that I've just shown you? Certainly the sister Loretta Lynch and so many others. I mean, we see these hit pieces almost every other week from some blog. Um, yeah, it's a very interesting thing. Let's see here. Black people who make it arguably just assimilated to whiteness to a much higher degree. Wow. Says representation isn't always wanting to be the first black this or that, and this evil empire is going to be the. I completely agree. What's up, Mr. Untouchable? Good to see you. I completely agree with that. Completely agree with that. That's why you don't. I don't. Amos Wilson said, and I have not been able to find any evidence to the contrary. But Dr. Amos Wilson once said that as soon as they put a black person at the top of whatever, or a first black this, things for regular black people, right? Just regular black people get worse. And I can say that that's somewhat true. That was somewhat true under Obama. If we can remember, his attorney general did not file charges against the police officer that murdered Mike Brown. We like to forget stuff like that and focus on Trump and focus on Republicans. Um, I think we need to become a little bit more nuanced in our thinking when it comes to politics. No matter which party, and even black people, we see that they are weaponized if they are part of this system. You know, it's rotten to its core, absolutely rotten to its core. Um, and I, am one that I have stopped celebrating the first this or the first that. In fact, I want to know more about what are your politics, rather than what you look like or what you got between your legs. Your race and gender on the surface does not matter to me. Because if you are a weapon against our community, then we need to know how to deal with you. That's how I feel about it. And I felt this way for a very long time, even before it was announced that Loretta Lynch was hired by the NFL. And of course, the news is running with it, right? Has anybody seen any think pieces from our Black women led news? I don't know, Blavity, The Root, these blog sites that often has anybody Has anybody seen anything from any of the blogosphere that talks about black politics? What about the root that said that black men were the white people of black people? It looked like black women might be the white people of black people. They the ones who are in these power positions. Am I wrong? I'm sorry. Am I saying anything wrong? Am I being a coon right now, or am I telling the truth? I'm listen, y'all. I'm just trying to see if y'all have seen any of the Blavity types, the Root. What's the other blogospheres that's always anti-black man? Have any of them written about this? Where's the analysis from them? Because I'm interested in seeing what the analysis is. Yeah. No articles. Sister Vita said no articles about black women in patriarchy. Right. So, Essence, right. Yeah. Have they written about it? It'll be interesting to see. Oh, wonderful. Loretta Lynch is going to defend the NFL against racial discrimination. Yes, girl. Yes. People have got to be called to the carpet, y'all. People have got to be called to the carpet. And we need to be willing to tell the truth and talk about the intra-community violence of these black women judges locking and keeping black folks locked up because they ain't got no money to post bail. All right, let me show y'all that again, because some of y'all might be new coming into the building. So let me just get on here and show y'all that again just a second, because y'all might be like, what is she talking about? Ain't no black women judges doing nothing like that. Okay, so let me share this again just a second. All right, so there's that, so people can know that I'm not making this up. All right, you can see who tweeted it. Let me go back up. The man is Alec Karaxanis, whatever, but you can at Equality Alec. He's a founder and executive director of Civ Rights Corp, whatever that is. But this is current data as of January 2nd through January 8th of 2022. Judge Ramona Franklin, 500 people detained per night based on inability to pay. 377 people detained. 300 by Judge Hazel B. Jones, black woman, black girl magic. Judge Nikita Harmon, 349. And there's still plenty of white judges in Texas. Judge Nikita Harmon, black girl magic. Okay. He goes on to say, also striking is Judge Kelly Johnson. She has the 6th highest number of people in jail because they lack cash. But records suggest that Johnson has a reduced docket because she is an administrative judge. Alarming that her numbers are so high. This is what we don't talk about enough in our community. If you watch Twitter, or if you listen to, what's her name, the heavyset sister that's always tweeting about black men being negative. What's her name? Sister, what is her name? Let me move this. Brittany Cooper. Anybody looked at her Twitter page? Has she congratulated Loretta Lynch? Has she said anything? Do they have the ability to critique Loretta Lynch, or are they just about identity? Brittany Cooper. Anybody looked at her Twitter page? Put a link in the chat. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. Brittany Cooper, the famous, black women can never be wrong. Black women are oppressed by black men and all of these other kind of things. Black men are the oppressors of the black community. Is that right? So why is it that the sisters are in these powerful positions that Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, this is So I wanted to make sure people saw the evidence. Y'all can go and follow that person or go and look deeply into like his stats. Let me know if I am wrong. If you all feel like I got it wrong by pointing out these black women judges doing what they're doing. Hey, I'm willing to be corrected. I'm not, so far gone on identity that I'm not willing to be corrected. Um, but it's very hurtful. Thank you, brother Maurice. I appreciate you too, brother. I told you, that phone call I got from you this morning changed my whole day. You got me ramped up. You done put the Energizer Bunny in my back. You did this, Maurice. This is my friend Maurice, y'all. He called me this morning. He called me early this morning telling me about this madness, and I've been amped up ever since. I told you, you did this. Shout out to my brother Maurice. He did it. Thank you, sis. Okay, you tagged me. Okay, I'll go and take a look. But yeah, it's let me see. You tagged my personal page or a real talk page. Let me see. I'm gonna look on my phone real quick. But yeah, it's heartbreaking. People don't want to tell the truth. Oh, let me text my husband back real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let him know I'm doing a video. He just hold on. Just a second. Texting my husband back. Sorry, y'all. Gotta make sure he's good. See what he needs. See if he needs anything. But yeah, the other thing this week, our black men and boys are catching hell this week, aren't they? I'm a mother. I have a black son who's 14, and I have a daughter who's 7. And the viral video that came out of New Jersey, yeah, let me pull that up because okay, thanks Vita, I'll pull it up. The viral video out of New Jersey. Hold on, y'all. Let me just um just a second. I want to show y'all this video just in case, because I don't never want to. I'm gonna show y'all this video just in case y'all haven't seen it, because sometimes people think you be lying. So let me pull this up. Yeah, here we go. And I think I got hold on, y'all. I'm about to share this. I think I got the audio on here too. Just a second. Here we go. It's been a bad week for our brothers, our sons, right? This young man's 14 years old. Look at this. Him and a white boy. So this happened at Bridgewater Mall in New Jersey. 2 kids, both of them are kids, get into a fight and the police show up. They pull the white kid to the side. Why sitting? They're gonna pull it. Look at her sitting him down. There it is, sitting him down. And this is the other officer on top of the 14-year-old black boy. Now, even the white boy is bigger. He's bigger. And they kept this young black 14-year-old child handcuffed for 30 minutes. Look at the white boy in the background. Both of the officers on top of the black child. And people think that we making shit up when we talk about racism or when we talk about anti-black misandry. See, a lot of times people don't want to talk about the specific racism that's aimed at our black boys and men. The conversation in my house is different for my son than it is my daughter. Most black parents in this country will tell you the same thing. The conversation is different. There was nothing that this child did wrong. Absolutely nothing that this child did wrong. And this is a white female officer and a white male officer. Right. When aren't our sons catching hell? When aren't our men catching hell? I will never understand why people will get on white folks' apps and degrade black boys and men the way that they do, knowing that you create a toxic environment for things like this to happen. This boy was defending himself. The white boy pushed him first. I teach my sons to defend themselves. We not raising no damn young boys that's not gonna be warriors. That boy did the right thing. He was supposed to defend himself. That boy would not be in trouble with me if he was my son. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. Now it's up to mama and the rest of the community to ensure that these officers, these racist ass officers, get what they deserve. All I could do was think about my son when I saw that. Because I let him hang out with his friends, try not to be too much of a helicopter mom. Because I'm pretty much like a helicopter mom. It's my husband has to tell me, okay, like chill, because I just want to like just keep him in the house all the damn time. Because I'm just like, at least I know he's safe here. Us as parents shouldn't have to do that. It's hard to find a balance for me in allowing him to have freedom, as a young teen, and allowing him to be a child. It's a hard balance because I see shit like this, and then I'm like, you know what? No, you can't go to the mall with your friends. Nope, because I don't want to have to kill nobody. Because that's the type of person I am. I do not want things to get worse. No, you can't go to the mall with your friends. And then you have to see he's sad, So it's hard. I don't know if anybody else on here, y'all have children, if you have sons, how do you balance it? I would love to hear from the brothers of sons. Like, what's the conversation like for y'all with your sons? Let me know in the comments. What is your conversation like? In a situation like that, right? What could you have told your son? Like what could you have told your son? Because to me, I felt like the young man did what was right. I'm not raising no damn cowards. I ain't raising nobody to be no fucking punching Cushing for white people or no damn body. I'm really interested in what y'all think. What type of advice would you give a young man? And Vita said, I have a 16-year-old brother. Yeah. And it's hard because he's already experienced so much. Exactly. It's so hard. It's like next to impossible, like to try to parent or, be a sibling to a black male child, Go all out or come straight home. Yeah. He said the racist ass Hellmans are staying on code. Right. They will protect their own at any cost. So we must do the same by any means necessary. Completely agree. But all of, even the kids, like if you listen to the video, I don't think I played the audio, but if you listen to the video, even the kids was like, oh, that's racist. Like the kids who were video, you know what I mean? Like they did that because he's black, Yeah. Let me see what this comment said. Black people better wake up and realize we are in a race war already. Yes, we are under siege from every angle. Gender and sexual orientation doesn't matter. If you're black, we are all under attack. I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. Period. Back Voltron going in, having a black face in high places has been irrelevant and useless. It really has for centuries now. I mean, I'm sorry, decades. For decades now. Shit. Yeah. I think I was observing to my husband a while ago that even like the new black mayors and stuff, they not like the mayors that came in the 70s and 80s. Like, out Coleman Young, he was a boss in Detroit, man. You know what I mean? They came in, they had the best interest of the people in mind, and they weaponized the system that they just became the head of to serve the people. Coleman Young in Detroit. I think about Mayor Stokes in Cleveland. Of course, Marion Barry in DC. And don't bring up him smoking crack on TV. Marion Barry created the black middle class here in the DMV. Don't tell me nothing about him smoking crack on TV. But these mayors today, they are complete sellouts. They are black faces on white supremacy. Because the current mayor of DC, and she's a black woman, Brother Omar Wale. A lot of y'all who watch this channel, y'all watch his channel too. And he had a show earlier this week or last week talking about our black women, the new face of fascism. And then Loretta Lynch, here she come a couple days later working for the NFL. I think the question is answered. What y'all think? Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Untouchable. He said, your son will be okay. Just tell him to think critically. Tell him to think first before he responds. There's a difference between an emotional reaction and a mental response. I agree. White supremacist race soldiers are always going to protect white boys and girls in a white society. Separation from the white society is mandatory at this point. Yeah. Said catch him in the alley later. Mask and glove. Leave no evidence, no witnesses. Right. Yeah. Completely agree. Yeah, y'all going in. Y'all going in these comments. I appreciate y'all. Said most of the new black politicians don't come from the people. Right. They come from white liberal pipeline who are slipped in to do us harm. Oh, you know what? You articulated that perfectly. They do not come from the people. None of these new school Negroes. They come from the white liberal institute. And many of them did not even grow up with a black experience. A lot of them grew up in all white neighborhoods, went to all white schools, K through 12 and college. Yeah. I completely agree with that. Assessment. That's absolutely right. Yeah, I didn't want to be on here long. I had to come and rap with y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in. Oh, absolutely. Let's do a whole show on that, Vita. Seriously, I can talk to that at nauseum. Did you see the SoundCloud link I dropped earlier? Here it is. I'm gonna drop it again for y'all. Check that out. That just happened to drop today. I did it with Sister Catriceology a couple weeks ago, and she just dropped it today, right on time for Loretta Lynch. White liberals and wealthy corps run these movement now. It's so true. Yeah, you and I need to get together and talk about that. Yeah, Amos Wilson is my Jegna. He's my teacher. He said I watched the lecture with Dr. Amos Wilson. Said they always put black faces on white power. That's exactly right. Yes. I was going to say the exact same. No, they're not from our community. Not at all. Yep. So, like I said, I didn't want to keep you all very long. My husband texted me. I need to actually give him a call back. Yep, Booker, when he was the mayor. Oh, Lord. And then, of course, he did so good as the mayor, they made him a senator. Oh, he's a good Negro. He's going to listen, can pat him on the head, and he ain't going to do nothing that's actually going to represent and better the material conditions of his people. Because if I feel like anytime anybody come into our community asking us to vote for anybody, they need to produce the plan specifically for Black people that's going to improve our material conditions. That's the language that we need to be using. All of this, oh, but you got a Black mayor, is somehow supposed to be good for the Black masses. We're tired of that. Y'all been through using that the last several decades. A Black face in a high place does absolutely nothing for the masses. In fact, it actually makes conditions worse for the masses, because what happens is when the Black face get there at the table, they can categorically ignore the demands of the Black community. Whereas if it was a white person, they would be roundly criticized as racist and anti-Black. We need a language to deal with these COONS's in our community. We need some new language, family. Got to deal with them. We need to get creative. You know, people doing direct action. On these politicians, we need to get some stuffed raccoon animals and just place it in the yard of these mayors, these black mayors that's in bed with the developers and increasing homelessness for black people. I just gave y'all an idea. Okay, time for some direct action and some new language to deal with these traitors in our community, with these people who do not have the masses' best interests at heart. I appreciate y'all, family. I come live every now and then, and when I saw that, I was like, you know what, I need it. I got to talk about this and get this off my chest. It's been a bad week for young black boys and men, and I'm a part of me. I'm heartbroken that this sister would allow herself to be weaponized the way, because when these type of cases are brought, it so let me just say this. Racial discrimination, the 1964 law that a lot of people are using when they file these lawsuits, have been weakened so much already, y'all. It's been weakened so much. And so every time you bring a case, there's a more chipping away at it. You know what I mean? From judges. And Congress, unfortunately, has not acted to increase the strength of the civil rights legislation that we all know was meant to benefit descendants of enslaved Africans in this country. Um, there needs to be some action on that. We know that anti-blackness is systemic, it's endemic. Hell, that's a pandemic. The anti-black racism is the real pandemic, if we want to talk about a pandemic. Yeah. He said, let me see what this brother says. I'm about to get off, y'all. Says, at this point, if white people are for black politicians or communities and so on, then we know something is wrong with them. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, you've been teaching good. Said white people are, yep, exactly. So anyway, y'all, it's yeah, it's been a rough week. I really wish you all would enjoy the rest of your day. The weather here is good today in the DMV. It's around 60. And so I'm going to get out and go for a walk and call my husband back and get ready for my children to come home from school. So, and I got to make dinner tonight. So I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate y'all rocking with me this afternoon. It's good to be in community with you all. I loved all the comments. I love my community. So if you have not hit the thumbs up button, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you share. And I'll see you all again real soon. Real soon. Enjoy your weekend. Talk to you later. Peace.